Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thunder Today YouTube channel. I am your host, Dylan Hibbard, and we got some more big news today, and it's our Fun Friday where we kind of relax. I'll give you guys a recap of what has happened this week, and I'll kind of let you know what's going to go on this weekend and what you have to look forward to. But the big news of today was obviously, or yesterday, excuse me, was the JDub Extension. We'll get into all of that, and then we'll kind of talk about what the Thunder's salary is looking like for next year and then the year following, and kind of get more into that deep dive of what the salaries, first apron, all that jazz is. But first up, we will get into some summer league talk. When this video goes out, the Thunder would have played the Brooklyn Nets on ESPN2. This is just another summer league game. I think this is Brooklyn's first summer games, so the Thunder have already have 3 games, so they'll be a bit more amped up. So they should win this one. We'll see if Topic can kind of get back up on the top of that hill. He had a very good first game, but these past 2 games, he's gone 0 for 11 from 3 combined in the past 2. So we'll see if he can improve, and we'll see if AJ Mitchell can continue to look like a guy who the Thunder are really going to use next year. He's averaging 26 and 3.5 right now, so really good from AJ Mitchell. Hopefully we can see Topic get another good game under his belt, and the Thunder will also play tomorrow on Saturday against the Indiana Pacers, some Summer League NBA Finals little rematch or kind of matchup. So we'll see that go on Saturday, and then they will have a few days off and they won't play till next Tuesday. So that just kind of gives you an idea of the Summer League. If you're a big Summer League guy, if you're enjoying watching Mitchell, Topic, or whatever it might be, that's kind of your schedule. They'll have a game on Saturday and then they will not play until Tuesday. But let's get into the big news of the day, as JDub got his extension, 5 years, 280 worth up to 287 million, just like the Chet. It's just under that 287. I think it's around 275. He can earn that extra 10 to 15 million based on like probably MVPs, all NBA, stuff like that. So now this begs the question, because now the Thunder has spent over $800 million to keep the core of Shea, JDub, and Chet together, and now people are bringing up the controversial topic of, did they overpay, especially for a guy like Chet? I haven't seen anybody say the Thunder overpaid for JDub. They kind of figured JDub would get just a little bit more. JDub's pretty much getting the same exact contract as Paolo, so now that brings up the conversation of JDub versus Paolo. So that's something to kind of keep your eye on if you love controversial stuff on like Twitter, YouTube, all of that. I'm sure that's going to start popping up now with the contract. So, but on the Thunder side of things, now we have to look at this from the perspective of what are the Thunder salaries looking like, and what does this first apron, second apron, how are the Thunder going to get affected by it? Will they get affected by it? And I'll kind of give you a step by step of who's making what, and kind of give you an idea of how much the total salary will be and where that first apron threshold is. Second apron, you can kind of get an idea where the Thunder are from there. Now for this next upcoming season, don't forget that Chet and JDub are still on their rookie deals. JDub's only making like $6.5 million. Chet's making around $13 million. So this next year, the Thunder aren't going to be in that worrisome area of the aprons or anything. Their total salary for everybody next year, this is include Shea's contract extension doesn't kick in until next year either, or the following year when the JDub and Chet one hits. So this upcoming year, Shea's still making his $40 million contract. But in total, with the Hartenstein contract being 28.5 mil, Lou Dort making 20, Caruso making 20, the Thunder are at 186. At the time of this video, the Thunder are at 186. And the first apron is at 195. The second apron is 207 for just the 2026 season. So the Thunder are about around that $9-10 million range under even the first apron. So this next season, unless the Thunder do something or want to go make a big move for a star, I don't think they will. So the Thunder are just going to rely on that, and they're not going to even be in the first apron. So when people, the non-Thunder fans, and like making fun of what the Thunder are doing, just realize that we're not even worried about that this upcoming year, because that's not when JDub and Chet are getting paid. Not even the Shea extension's kicking in yet. And what most people don't realize is we'll jump to the 27 season, because that's when the JDub and Chet contract kicks in. Shea's still making the same 40. He'll make 38 and he'll make 40 the next year. That big contract he signed where he's going to make near 70 mil a year doesn't kick in until 2028, where he makes 63 million. So even next year, Shea's only making 40. Chet's actually making more than Shea at 51. And we're projecting we don't know the official numbers yet, but we're projecting JDubs to be around that $50 million range. And then when you add everything up with what contracts are guaranteed, because you have a team option in Ludor and Hartenstein, I believe. You also have team options in Wallace and Topic that you'll pick up, because Wallace, it will only be $7 million. Topic will only be $5 million. You'll keep those guys on those cheap deals, and that's why you're able to pay your big three, because you're going to keep these guys on your cheap deals. Kenrich Williams, if he's still on the team, he is owed a team option of $7.5 million. So will the Thunder pick that up and trade it, because it'll be his last year, or how will they approach that? You have that. But out of the guaranteed contracts, and then now that you're adding the JDub one of probably around that $50 million range, you're sitting in that range of just guaranteed at the same right now of that 175 to 185 range. And that's not even counting adding your Hartenstein, your Ludor, like the guys you're thinking of. So now you got to add your Wallaces in and all that. So this is why I think the Thunder really drafted Sorber, because Hartenstein's going to be owed nearly $30 million. That's going to put the Thunder over. There's just, unless the Thunder go into the second apron, they are not going to have Ludor and Hartenstein 2 seasons from now. Like, this upcoming season will be the last season they'll both be there, unless for some reason Sam Presti wants to take that on, but I don't envision seeing that. And I think that's why it's a team option on this last year, because Presti knew this might happen. That's why you go draft a guy in Sorber, let him develop behind Hartenstein this year, and then let Hartenstein go, because you're not going to pay him the $30 million he's nearly owed, and you just pay a guy in Sorber who's 10 years younger, pay him probably $5-6 million, so you're saving $25 million on the books, and that's why you're continuing to do it. So eventually, I think even with doing that, because you're going to have to do more draft picks and more trading around, the Thunder will probably hit the first apron. We probably won't have to really worry about that till the 2028 season. So when people are talking about this, yes, the Thunder will eventually have to worry about that, but that's still two seasons down the line. It's not even something we're worried about this upcoming season. It's something 2 seasons down the line where we might have to start seeing guys go, like with Ludor and Isaiah Hartenstein. But we'll kind of get over that topic. Just something I wanted to talk you guys through on the salaries, because I know not a lot of people know about the first apron, second apron, what the prices are. But as of right now in this video, the Thunder are still $9 million under the first apron for the upcoming season with everybody signed on. So the Thunder are still in a really good spot. You're bringing back everybody on the roster, more championship experience. Maybe the only person that's technically could be getting worse is Caruso, because he's 31 now. He might be getting worse, but still, now that you have Chet and JDub, hopefully you get Chet a whole healthy year. That's what most people forget, is Chet wasn't even on the team for probably a half, 2/3 of the year, and the Thunder still won 68 games. So obviously the West is still getting better. It's going to be very hard for the Thunder to replicate that and even get to 70. I think they're going to sit around that 67 win range again, just because now with the West, with the Rockets, how good the Nuggets have refunction, you're going to have a whole year of Luka and LeBron together. Even though LeBron will be old, they're still going to do stuff. You're going to have the Spurs on the up and up. So the West is going to be very strong, but I still think the Thunder are right around that 67-68 win range. But we'll kind of wrap things up with the recap of the week and give you guys a recap of what has happened this week. Summer League started for the Thunder early on. The very first game, Topic had a really good debut for his Thunder days, but the past two games has obviously not done as well. Mitchell has been the player for the team for the Thunder so far, averaging nearly 26, 3.5. Looking like somebody who's going to get good rotational minutes for next year for the Thunder on that bench unit. Also, some fun news outside the actual basketball, inside the video game world. Actually, Shea was announced as the 2K26 cover athlete. He will be the cover athlete for the game coming out here in a couple of months now. So just another thing to add to Shea's legendary last year and a half with his contract. Bringing the Thunder to the championship just continues to add to that. And then obviously the big news of the week, the Thunder extending JDub and Chet to two massive rookie extensions. Chet 2 or 3 days ago, 5 years, $250 million, and then yesterday JDub signing to a 5-year up to $287 million, same contract as Paolo Banchero. And now the Thunder have spent over $800 million to lock up these three guys, and now it's time to see how Presti and the Thunder front office navigate this first apron thing and all of that. But we're still a couple years off, so I don't want people thinking we're going to have to worry about the second apron next year. That's just not true. We still have JDub and Chet on their rookie contracts. So for the bare minimum, we have one more year of this same team that just won the championship, but more experience at the same price pretty much. So the Thunder are still in the best spot in the league anybody could be in, no joke. But that will be it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video a lot. We went over today. A lot has happened in the past 24 hours. We'll keep you updated over the weekend. If anything big happens anymore, we'll be back on Monday. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you guys think about the JDub and Chet extensions. What do you think the Thunder are doing next? Do you think the Thunder are done, or do you think they still have some moves up their sleeves? But let me know down below, and that'll be it for me today, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.